And we're live. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. I'm your host, Mike, and we are back with the series, Is She Marriageable? Now, if you notice on the thumbnail, we've got 3 new candidates at least, right? The whole point of this is to find out if there are marriageable women out there, right? I personally think they are, hence me being pro-marriage, but it can't hurt to take a look, right? And just to see what's out there. So we're going to go ahead and get started and let's go.
I might hang up on you fast because YouTube sometimes be a little janky. Okay. Girl, you got this bonnet on your head. You got this bonnet on your head, girl.
Starting off wrong already. Well, okay, let's keep going.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I see you.
Wow,
Okay.
I just took out my braids, so
Okay. All right. What's your name, honey?
Marissa. Oh
Marissa.
Lord, I'm like
You have a
legit
good name.
looking. I just logged on just because, and you chose me, of course.
So what you want to do? You want to?
So you literally clicking on a show that has thousands of viewers and you're not ready. This is not looking good.
Do it or not?
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
What's your name, Marissa? Where you calling me from?
Pompano Beach, Florida.
Where?
Pompano Beach, Florida.
Florida. How old are you?
36.
36. What you do for a living?
She looks younger than
I
that.
work in patient financial services in the hospital.
Patient
Okay.
Financial Services. You have
This is
any
not looking-
kids?
Yes.
How many kids? One. How
One.
old's your child? How old's your child?
10.
10. What's your zodiac sign, Marissa?
I'm a lovely Libra.
What's going on, Chris? Welcome back.
So this is Marissa, Florida, 36, Libra, patient financial assistant
Services. I'm the money.
services. One kid that's 10. Do you want more kids?
I'm not sure.
Hold on. Whoa.
Maybe.
Does it say she had a kid? Did I miss that?
How old's your child? How old's your child?
10.
Oh, okay.
10. What's your zodiac sign, Marissa?
I'm a lovely Libra.
So this is Marissa, Florida, 36, Libra, patient financial assistant
Services. I'm the money.
services. One kid that's 10. Do you want more kids?
I'm not sure.
You're not
Maybe.
sure.
Yeah. I have the whole story behind that, but yeah.
Whole story behind that.
36.
All right, bro.
I
What kind
mean,
of man you looking for?
okay.
Someone who is outgoing, outspoken, and authoritative, can relay his feelings, and I guess a manly man who know how to fix things, and who's really just like adventurous.
Okay.
Athletic. I like to work out. I like to ride bikes, skateboard, rollerblade, so things like that.
All right. What's some deal breakers?
Um, Guys with no confidence. And
Okay, so she gave some things that she's looking for in a man. I don't see anything that's out of the ordinary with what she says, but we didn't get to the career question or the income part. So she said a lot of things that could be, I guess, ambiguous. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Sometimes women get ambiguous about that question because they're just trying to cast a wide net. Yeah, exactly. It sounds reasonable. So let's keep going and see what we get here.
and men who are arrogant. I don't like arrogance. Also, a guy with like too many kids. I have one, so one or none. Or maybe two. Someone who's active and involved in their children's life if they have kids, but um, I guess also shorter guys. I'm 5'7" and a half, but I love to wear heels. So Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, okay. So you said he can't be short.
I mean, I prefer to look up to my guys.
All
I've
right.
dated shorter guys, but I feel like some of them have like the short man complex. I'm sorry that
Okay.
if that offends anybody, but yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's most women.
Um, does he have to make a certain amount of money?
No, not really. As long as you out here hustling and doing what you need to do, whether it's that, if it's entrepreneurship or working your 9 to 5, like just getting to the money.
Okay. Let's do the Kendrick King.
Okay, hold on now, because that doesn't tell us anything. So as long as you're out here hustling, uh, what's interesting is that in the state of Florida, average income for men is, I want to say, about 36,000. So, and she's not living in like Miami where income expectations are on steroids. So, it may sound reasonable, but we're already at the Kendrick cam and we haven't learned that much about her. So I don't know.
Let's see this fit body girl.
Oh Lord, hold on. Let me even put on some shorts, Lord. I'm sitting here. Hold on. See this little body.
Okay, so this is another bad sign because again, you clicked on the link. You know what the show is about. You know you're gonna have to stand up and show your full and do a full body picture, but you don't have any clothes on. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Because I totally just have on. I was not prepared, Kendra.
Clearly.
Oh, but you're here, girl. Okay, you look like you have a good body.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, clearly she's in shape. What is going on with this room? Oh my God. Oh my God. So, you know what? She has what I would classify as a career, plus you add in a 10-year-old. Yeah, she's probably not home that much. That would be so you know what? That's a definite negative. Yeah, I agree. She is attractive, but that's a definite negative there. This room is looking like wow, and it's not like this actually looks like just clutter. Like she has too much stuff, and maybe I don't know. It's hard to say because if it's just this room, then it might not be that bad. I mean, this could be the junk room. I don't know, but I think she's working 40 to 60 hours a week because it's just her and her kid. So if cleaning up is not a priority, but that speaks to one of the things I always say is that relationships are about balance. So what she's really looking for is a guy who can be a good match for her, because if she struggles with this, then you're gonna need a guy who can help out with that. And depending on what her current lifestyle is, this may be more important than him making more money than her, to like fill in the gaps, because especially if he's gonna take on a kid. Yeah, I mean, I can see that makes sense as to why money is not that important, because she's always working. So,
Okay, we see you, boo. You look good.
Little booties matter.
You said what?
I said little booties matter.
Little booties matter. All right. So Marissa, okay, when was your last relationship?
Maybe like 3 years ago.
Okay, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Maybe a few months ago.
3 months ago. Okay. Why do you think you're single?
So I told you all that I have one son. My son is differently able or special needs,
Oh
and
wow.
it's a little different when dating,
Oh yeah.
because he is nonverbal. He's in a wheelchair, and my son has epilepsy. So he's a medically complex kid. However, like, he's my child. I do everything with him.
You know what? MGTOW Universe, I would have said the same thing until she started talking about her son. She don't have time. That she don't have time to clean up. Cause you're working 40 to 50 hours a week, plus you got a son who's special needs. She don't have time to clean nothing. Yeah, that's why her house looked like that. So her son literally, her son takes up all her free time. That's probably why she's not in a relationship too, because it takes a lot for Not only are you looking for a stepdad, but you looking for a stepdad to come in and help you with a special needs son. That makes me believe even more about it. A live-in nurse. She don't make enough of that. She don't. You talking about, man, nurses get paid, man, and you talking about having one come in to your house, and then it's she doesn't have time to clean up. She ain't got time for no man either. Either way, DQ. Well, we already know that she don't have time for a man because she said the last relationship was 3 years ago. So I mean, why she's probably on here is because she don't have time to date men, or she don't have time to go out and meet men. So you have to start paying for services like this, like a matchmaker or so forth. Well, I'm not gonna say that there's no way it can happen, just because she didn't. The qualifications that she listed for the guy, they're not that outlandish. I mean, you could easily meet a guy who's making $35,000 a year, and he's okay with coming in and being and helping you out with the kid. I mean, again, I know you guys wouldn't be up for that, but to say that no men are, I don't believe that. I think that there are some guys out there who would be up for it. I just think that there's a small percentage, but anyway, let's keep moving.
And I feel that I attract guys. However, whether if you don't have kids, it's like, I think sometimes men just look at, okay, this is a huge responsibility, which it is.
Yeah.
So I think I want someone who's like really serious. And once you get to know me and my son, you'll see, like, it's like having any job, because every kid is unique, everybody is different, and we just work through the cards that we were dealt.
And there you have it. All right, this is Marissa. Oh, what's the age range you would date? You're 36.
I'm 36, so I would say 33 to like 45.
And where are you calling me from again?
Pompano Beach.
I you said something at Florida. All right. This is Marissa, Florida, 36, Libra. She's a patient financial
Services rep. I'm a money
services,
collector.
a money collector. She has one child that's in. Would you have more kids?
We would really have to. It's something that was always in the back of my mind, but I don't foresee myself just having a kid with anyone. Like, the person I was with, we were together, and he just felt that it was too much for him. So I would have to be in like a committed relationship. And
Yeah, I was starting to wonder about why she hadn't asked about the child's father. But again, he he got cold feet. But it also speaks to the fact that she's never been married, so it makes you wonder, what was that relationship like? Was there actual commitment? Oh, hold on, MGTOW Universe. You know where she's at? Okay, so it's an expensive area. That's interesting because the fact that she's not concerned about the guy's income, she just wants him to be able to take care of himself. And like I said, man, I think she's more concerned about. She's not as concerned about money as how much money the guy's making because of the situation with her son. I think she's looking for somebody who can just have father skills, which means that, you know what? I think we're about to wrap this one up, and I'll go ahead and.
And, we talk about some things, maybe even go, get maybe genetic counseling testing. So it's not out of the picture, but it's not like I'm just gonna meet you and like have your baby. Because I have like a few guys that I've recently dated. They were, like in their early 40s and like they wanted to have kids. They had never had any. And they're like, oh, you're a great mom and I want to have one with you. And it's like, it don't work like that, Don't want to have no strings attached. So it's like, okay, no, I'm not that type of person.
It makes sense.
All right, let's do it. How can the guy reach out to you, honey?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that being said, I think that I think she's more concerned about fatherhood skills than actual income. Just because her life seems centered around her son, which is understandable, right? But I think that do I think this woman is marriageable? Well, yeah, I do, because she's in shape. She seems friendly. I mean, it's just on this phone call. She's definitely feminine. The fact that is she cooperative? Yeah, I would say so because she's willing to work with me, and she didn't give like the only I think the only real standard of measurement that she gave was the guy has to be taller than her. But that's so common with women that I don't, submissive. We didn't get anything. We didn't get anything with that. Yeah, see, that's the feminine attitude. The only like the negatives is that the situation with her son is obvious that. But I don't see any reason why she couldn't marry like a average man wouldn't go for her, who would be willing to take it on. She's probably looking for somebody who already has kids though, because again, even though she didn't say it, you guys can tell she's not looking to have any more kids. She's probably scared to have another child who's disabled. I mean, that's when you talk to parents of disabled kids, that's a real fear. But we're gonna keep going because I think this woman is marriageable. I just think that she is looking for a very specific guy, and it looks like she's willing to make some sacrifices on other things in order to make sure that she can get that. She also mentioned specifically that she's not trying to have any kids outside a committed relationship at the minimum. Because I don't know if you would find if a guy would be willing to marry her at that point. But you never know. So we're going to keep going, moving right along, and let's see what we got next.
Messing up, child. We can't take no risk.
Yeah, she is almost
Hello?
40.
We can't hear you, baby.
Hi, Kendra.
Hey, what's your name,
Hi.
love? Hi. What's
How
your
are
name,
you?
baby? Good. What's your name, honey?
My name is Natasha Shakoy.
Natasha, where you calling me from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn. How old are you?
35.
35. What you do for a living?
I'm a licensed practical nurse. I'm in school to become an RN now.
Okay. Where you calling? Brooklyn. Licensed practical nurse, and you're in school for what?
Registered nursing.
Registered nursing. Okay. You have any kids?
2. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old.
A 5-year-old and a 2-year-old?
Yes.
By the same man?
Yes.
Why y'all not together? You had a baby 2 years ago.
That's a
Not
good
to
question.
give us so much information, but give information. It was just a really toxic relationship. We were together since we were 16, on and off, and it was.
So why you have 2 kids with him if he's?
Oh my God! I'm glad she said it. I'm just happy Kendra asked the question, and I don't have to because that's a great question.
Been toxic since 16.
Well, not since 16, but sweet high school sweethearts, and then it grew into.
It doesn't matter if it's 16 or not. The point is that she claimed the relationship was toxic, but you gave him 2 kids.
To a toxic situation. So
Is it all his fault?
no. I feel like, I played a part. I was in a place where I didn't love myself
Okay.
at all. And I accepted less than I deserved. So that's where that landed me.
Okay. Gotcha.
You know what? I'm glad she said that because I think I'm starting to think that there is a direct correlation between women who grow up in single mother households and their perceived value of themselves. You know, because just follow me here for a second. Men are the ultimate consumers of female beauty, right? So if the father is not there, then there's no initial validation going on. And I'm talking about, you know, as the girls grow up, they get constant validation from their father. But if the dad's not there, then all you get is, well, you missing out on a lot. I think that's one of the things that, you know, is one of the things that's specific to young women that they're missing from the father not being there. There's too many times we hear the story about, you know, why are these women having kids? And then they had kids with the wrong guys. And I think she hit the nail on the head by saying that I didn't know my worth. To me, that says, I know it sounds crazy because it sounds like, you know, we're about to get hit with I am the table. But I think it's more about they've missed out on that the validation that comes from or the love of a father, which says that, you know, it leads to adults with low self-esteem. I don't know, just a theory. And I mean, we may find a lot more evidence of that as this series starts to roll on. But so just to recap, we got a woman who is studying nursing and she's got 2 kids and she's in her mid 30s. One thing I've learned watching Kendra is that women will have kids with tons of toxic dudes. Yeah, and you know what? I'm starting to. The whole point of another thing of another reason why I want to do this is that we need to start seeing more. We need to start seeing more average women, because I got a video that's coming up. It might be this week or next week, where we're going to dive into the statistics of women. Because I'm sure you guys are well familiar with relationship content. I'm sure you've heard this before. You know, 50% of black men are single and childless, 30% are married. So it's like 18%, you know, less than 20% of guys who are Pookie and Ray Ray and they out here getting all the women pregnant, right? But what we never talk about is the numbers for the women specifically. Like what percentage of women are actually have a kid. The last time I checked, and this was months ago, so I'm gonna have to go back and look again. But I think it was about like I think it's 48% of women don't have kids, and then 26% are married. So you still over talking about? I mean, we're still over the 50% mark of, you know, either women who don't have kids or are married. So I don't know, but let's just keep going.
Do y'all co-parent well?
Yeah, because of me. I mean, I guess I avoid the extra noise and the other things. Like, you know, I do the best of my ability. I try to co-parent to the best of my ability, but
Okay.
you can only hold yourself accountable. So
everyone says you look beautiful.
oh, thank you. I just literally shaved
That's
my
how
hair
you know
today.
you're beautiful, when you don't even need no hair, child. That's like Amber Rose. I love Amber Rose more without hair because her face is just so flawless to me.
I love it. It's like so liberating. I
You have a
love
pretty
it.
face. Yeah, you
Thank
could do that.
you.
Everybody can't pull that off. You could pull it off. All right.
Thank you so much.
So
Sub City says, I don't know if it's just Kendra's show attracting bias. Yeah, I agree. That's just like the whole fresh and fit thing. It's like you look at the women on their show. It's like, okay, y'all are only putting on a certain type of woman here to pursue a narrative. So, I mean, it could be the same thing here. Kendra just attracts the certain type of women out there. So I don't know. We're gonna have to keep going and finding out. And again, that's the whole point of going through this series, and so you get a variety of women. What's your take on co-parenting? Co-parenting as far as what? Because I having children outside of wedlock is a definite no from in my opinion. So I don't know. If you're talking about like women who specifically married and had kids and then got divorced, that's a little bit different than my girlfriend's pregnant and we not getting along. Well, now we got to make it work. It's a big difference there. But let me know. MGTOW Universe, that's a good point. They're actually calling in as opposed to F and F inviting those women. That's a good point. But let's keep going, though.
What's Natasha?
Shakoy.
Okay, Natasha Shakoy.
Yeah.
Natasha Shakoy.
Mhm.
Brooklyn, 35, licensed practitioner, but in school to be an RN, 2 kids. And what's your zodiac sign?
Aquarius.
Aquarius. All right, baby boo. What kind of man you looking for?
Honestly, a good leader. I feel like that's so important, especially in this day and age. Like, I've met a lot of men that are not good leaders, and when I say a good leader, I mean like just somebody who's assertive, goal-oriented, can maintain a household and a family and take care of a family comfortably. One that provides, one that's ambitious.
Okay, provides in what way?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Financially, emotionally, like just in every facet.
So you do want him to provide for you at this stage, and what stage?
When I say provide, like as far as I want my emotional needs to be met. I want financial. It's kind of a finical, like it's kind of like a thin line because everybody,
say it with your chest.
Go in different ways with that. But for me, I feel like a man that's ambitious will always have money. A hustler, legally, provides peace because Lord knows we need peace in this world at these times in our lives. And
well, we got a super chat from MGTOW Universe. Thank you, sir. Real question. Say a man doesn't want to go overseas. He's early 40s and looking to start a family. What's a good strategy he can use? Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to say is that if you want to start a family at 40, you need to figure out, number one, what kind of woman specifically are you looking for to add to your life? Because that's going to make all the difference in the world. Dating younger, I mean, and that's fine. But what I would say is that again, at that age range, you got to understand. There's a couple things you got to understand. Number one, the majority of women are going to have kids. That's just at that age group. That's where you're at. That's what you're dealing with. Number two, you can date women in their 20s, but understand that comes with a headache. Because again, women in their 20s, there's not much maturity there. This is the reason why I say that we got to do a better job of raising our kids, because we have back-to-back generations of kids who will tell you that they're growing up in their 20s and I'm just not ready for marriage yet. Translation, I'm too immature. So, I mean, you kind of Are there women who are over 30 and don't have kids yet? Yes, there are. But I think the biggest advice I can give you is that, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. Pick your top 3 and then go from there. Depending on which 3 you pick, you may end up being able to add a bonus trait in there for a woman who is looking for marriage. But it really just depends. But like I said, at 40, the things that you're looking for, because the family dynamic is going to be more important. Maintaining that is going to be more important than a lot of the superficial stuff that you would be looking for. Let's say if you were in your late 20s, early 30s. The other good news is that when you're dating women in their 30s, it becomes it seems early 30s is the market, but finding a black woman at that age without kids and the three F's, woo buddy. Yeah, that's the unfortunate side of it. But that's one of the reasons why I started this series. Is she marriageable? Because again, these women do exist out there. There have been women on Kendra's show who do not have kids and they're in their 30s. Now they haven't. I haven't covered it in a live stream. You have to go back when I was watching when I was just covering I did pre-recorded content with reviewing Kendra's stuff. There have been some women who are in their 30s and they do not have kids. And they still want kids too. The other thing is that I think you need realistic expectations about how many kids you're going to have, because I assume that you're going to take the time to vet these women properly, which could take some time. And then you're talking about getting married, which takes even more time. And then before you know it, you're at high risk pregnancy. So you have to be careful about that though. But guys, we got to move on because I can't be on here all night now. Oh, I did want to address Chris. Does a baby daddy and new husband go to graduations, wedding recitals, etc.? Baby daddy is not ex-husband. Okay, so here's the thing. With the situation with baby daddy, that's going to depend on if you have joint custody or not. And believe it or not, I think that you're going to have to work out a schedule. That's the easiest way to do that. It's just work out a schedule. And if you're the father and baby mama got remarried, then all three of y'all need to have a sit down. Well, probably not a sit down, but a three-way phone conversation as to what's going on with how you guys are sharing time and events, depending on how cordial the relationship is between baby mama and baby daddy. Maybe you guys show up for different events. I don't know. There are too many variables in there for me to just give blanket advice. But what I will say is that you just gotta have to work it out, because I would never say that. I came across some interesting in when I was watching another live stream. Apparently, in other cultures, the woman would give the kids to the father if she was going to get married again. I mean, that seems interesting, because it would solve a lot of problems, especially for women, as far as getting remarried. And then, the outcomes of single dad raising the kids show that, that's probably a good one. But we still run into the issue of what to do with the daughters, because the data says that single dads can raise productive members of society. What we never talk about is the fact that single dads raise masculine women, and they're less likely to get married. So you still need mom, you still need dad. So I think, you just gotta work it out. But let's keep going though.
Honestly, this is important for me since I have two children, and they're at very impressionable ages. Somebody that's like a really good father figure.
A good father figure.
Yeah.
Okay. What's some deal breakers?
We don't do physical abuse. No abuse, period.
No abuse, period.
No abuse, period. If you can't communicate as like a grown man, that's a problem for me too. I feel like you should.
What does that mean?
Be able to communicate your wants, desires, the things that you expect, you don't expect. I think it's very important to communicate effectively. So if you can't communicate, then that's a real big issue for me, because communication goes a long way. What else? Manipulation. Please don't come over here and try to manipulate me. I catch on quickly to things. I'm very intuitive, and I don't do that manipulation stuff. And once I feel like I'm being manipulated, it's like it's a strong buy for me.
Okay. Let's see.
You know, I love when women when they get to the red flag question, they always list all these negative and toxic traits, as if those things shouldn't those things be like, shouldn't that be standard? It's like no abuse. Oh, wait a minute, that's not normal. You shouldn't have to say that. That should be understood. But I don't know. It's so. I mean, her deal breakers all seem reasonable to me. The fact that she says that, I would wonder about some if she has any trust issues going on, because usually deal breakers are things that like no smokers, you know, you wanting to have a certain lifestyle. If you're heavy into fitness, you also want somebody into fitness, you know, stuff like that. It's just, she just listed a bunch of negative things that she doesn't want the guy to have. And that's like, okay, but that's most guys don't have those things. So I don't know. That's weird.
We already talked about that, but let's just be clear. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Be honest.
I mean, he has to be financially stable, but no, he doesn't have to make a certain amount of money. Only because I feel like there's always more money to be made. So if I meet a man at a time in his life where he's not making the money that he wants to make, he could always get there, you know?
Okay.
Okay.
That right there. Translation. It's almost, yes, thank you. Hit the like button. Translation. She might be secretly looking for a high value man. Because when women talk about, oh well, it's okay if you're there right now, but I know there's more out there for you to get. Oh boy, you gentlemen, if when a woman says that, you're in a minefield, and the shot clock is ticking. You only have so long to hit the basically hit the career lottery. That's what she's saying. So she really wants you to. She wants a guy that's making RNs making over 100. She needs a man making 70 or more. I would say, I think she wants somebody to make the same, if and plus better. Just because, again, what has she told us so far? She didn't list a specific number, but she gave all the telltale signs of, well, he needs to be able to provide money, but not really. No, she's just trying to be nice. Because again, she listed all these traits about ambition. Well, if you don't have it right now, then I just know that you can go get it. You can just hustle and get it. And it's like, okay. The one thing about finances that again, I spent 5 years working in financial services. I think one of the biggest misconceptions we have, particularly in our community, is that, one of the things that we don't understand is that there's only so many resources out here. And I know everybody tells you, oh yeah, there's plenty of ways to make money and all this stuff. That's a bunch of BS. Because again, if you there's a basic concept. If something is in abundance, it's not worth a lot. So we're going to sit here and talk about, high income, or everybody can make money. Then why does it have such a high value then if everybody can go make it? Again, there are only so many resources out here. So when a woman gives you an example like that says that, well, yeah, he can just go get it how? See, it's not necessarily that she's saying that he can go get it. It's just that there's no explanation as to how that's supposed to happen, which means that you're supposed to figure it out. Now, if there were no kids involved, this would be different. If she was younger, this would be different. Because like I said, I think that I think we need to lower the average age of marriage to about 25, which means that we have to do a better job of making sure that our kids are mature enough with relationship skills that they can handle marriage at 25. At 25, that answer makes sense because you guys are going to be working together to build. Most likely you don't have any kids, so now you can go in overdrive. You can pick who has the career and how you're going to set your life up. This woman already has 2 kids. You see what I'm saying now? So it's like, oh, you on your own. And plus, she's going to school too. So she's really not trying to build with you. She wants a man who is pre made. If not, you have to be on the path to getting pre made. And it needs to happen. Like I said, the shot clock is already counting down on you. So, yeah, that's it's almost like you got to read between the lines. That, again, I think that she's just trying to avoid saying what she really wants to say or what she really wants. If this was Kevin Samuels, he would have stayed on her until she actually admitted it. But I doubt if Kendra does that though.
Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. Okay, let's do this. Let me see. Okay. I'm kind of no Bronx girl, but you know. Can you see?
Okay, we see you. I don't know why I thought you were taller.
I'm a midget.
Okay.
I'm 5'3.25" inch.
5'3". Okay.
Yeah.
So when was your last relationship, Natasha Troy?
I would say September. That was the last time. Mm-hmm.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
That time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think you're single?
To be honest, I feel like my standards are way different than they were when I was younger. I feel like I have a lot of boundaries now that I didn't have before. And once those boundaries are made known, I feel like it kind of scares people away. I mean, of course, there are things that I could be still working on. So I know watching your show, I've heard a lot of men say that, like, femininity is a big thing. I do have a very feminine side. However, in my previous relationships, I felt like the masculine had to come out only because, like, I wasn't treated in a feminine way. So, but I think that might pose an issue, maybe, just maybe a little bit, like boundaries and just assertiveness and maybe too much assertiveness.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. If you're not being treated feminine, it's most likely because you're not. Yeah, I agree. But let's really take a deep dive into this. She's a nurse with 2 kids. How many hours a week do nurses work? And then you got 2 kids. So how much time for a guy does she really have? So that's why I say you got to start breaking this stuff down, because if she's working most of the time, how much you want to bet that the last guy she was with, didn't meet her income threshold? And exactly, yeah, 60 to 80 hours a week. Okay, so, and then you got 2 kids at home, so, and now you trying to throw a guy into the mix. I mean, that's gonna be tough. One of the things that I say about women who have, because she's a career woman, there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to be open to what that actually means. And what it means is you're probably going to be the breadwinner. I think if women are okay with that, it opens the door to a lot of things. Number one is that there are more men who, your dating pool gets opened up to be a lot wider. Now, the thing that I think that trips most women up is that just because you're the breadwinner doesn't make you the leader. So, yeah, I'm looking back at this list of things that, because I'm taking notes, right? Some of the things that she said she was looking for. She's looking for a leader that provides. Yeah, she's probably ruled out a lot. Okay, my friend is a nurse. She works four days, 12 hours a day. Yeah, exactly. And see, what most people don't know about that is when you work that kind of schedule, you need at least another day to recover from working 12-hour shifts, So, but the point is that, you know what? Let's keep going.
I don't know if that's even a thing, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Uh-oh.
Smart, sweet, faithful. Um, I have a strong head on my shoulders, but not too strong to the point I'm masculine, but like very strong, strong-headed, meaning like I know where I'm going and I know what I want for myself. Um, I am becoming more into my spirituality. That's a day-to-day thing, and I'm actively working on my healing. I feel like that's very important as well. So, I feel like I feel like I'm a partner that could grow with somebody.
All right. Let's do it, boo. How can the guy reach out to you?
My Instagram name.
Okay, I'm not buying that she's looking for somebody to grow with. I told y'all my thoughts on that already, and I don't believe that. What else we got going on here? 2 kids. Do I think she's marriageable? Well, she's not overweight, or at least from what we can tell, she doesn't look like she's not obese. Let's put it like that. Feminine, questionable. I don't see it, but I mean, she is presentable on camera. So you know what? That does make her feminine, because she didn't come up here with, she's still wearing her fake lashes, and she's got earrings on. And so I would say she's feminine because she's presentable, right? Feminine. Is she friendly? Probably not. The reason I say that is because she's working all those hours, and then she's got 2 kids at home, and plus she talked about the boundaries that she has. So I don't think she's that friendly. Is she cooperative? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know if she's cooperative. Just because she has. I'm looking for a leader, provider, a good father figure. I don't know if she's cooperative. We need more info, and we just didn't get it. Submissive. I think she can be submissive, but to most men, no. And she's already got 2 kids. This is a tough one. But I'm gonna say, without more clarification, I'm gonna say I wouldn't. Nah. If she could get over the fact that if she could be okay with being the breadwinner and not the leader, then I would say that you got something there. But the attitude that she has now is that he needs to make. She said it without saying it, that he needs to have similar income to me, if not better. And if he doesn't, well, then he has to go get it. That's gonna be a no for cooperation then, because she's not trying to work with the man. She's not looking to build with a guy. She wants some guy ready made. So nah, I'm gonna say no. She's probably gonna stay single for a long time. It might be till them kids are grown. Oh, this is the episode with the dude that had the suit on. I wanted to make a video about this, but in response to, because you get a lot of women who say we ain't, we're going to skip it tonight. I might have to come back to this episode, though, because I remember somebody was telling me this guy, he made it, he's a good representation of himself. He represented himself well. So I wanted to show that. We need to highlight when young brothers in particular present themselves well. But that's not what we hear tonight, so we're not doing that tonight. So we're going to stay focused on the women folk, and I think this is our last one. Yeah, this is the last one. Is that orange hair? Right. If you guys don't know, when women tend to color their hair bright colors like that, it's usually because they're trying to draw attention, because they lack something that would normally attract men. or something about them usually puts men off. That's why they have to have these big and bright, like peacock feathers to attract to bring attention to themselves. Usually, let's go.
You probably saw me on Facebook.
I didn't see you on Facebook. I did?
Oh, but I've been requesting trying to get on. I never been on your show.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but you here now, girl. What's your name, honey?
My name is Ashley,
Ashley, and where you calling me from, sweetheart?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit to the fields. How old are you?
I am 36.
What do you do for a living?
I have my own moving business.
Okay, moving
Clear
business.
white,
Yeah. Say again, sweetheart.
clear white movers.
Clear white movers.
A woman who starts a moving business, and is she moving? Is she moving that stuff herself? Highly unlikely. You know what? I'm not trying to prejudge this woman because she hadn't said anything yet. But I'm wondering if the reason why you had to go start your own business is because you couldn't hold down a job because of a bad attitude. What y'all think? I don't know. I may be judging her too soon. Let me go ahead and press play because
Clear white movers. All your movers are white?
No.
Oh, you're white. Your last name is white.
Yeah, my last name is White. And that's how I got that. Like when I clear out the U-Haul trucks or any moving truck or whatever, it be clear. So I just put that together and came up with the name.
so she is moving stuff.
I got you.
Okay.
Bro. You have any kids?
Yes, ma'am. I have 4 kids.
4 kids. How old are your children?
I have an 18-year-old son. I have a 17-year-old daughter. I have a 9-year-old daughter. And I have an 8-year-old daughter.
18, 17, 9, and 8. All by the same man?
No.
How many
Of course
The
not.
first 2 are by the same man. I was with him for 11 years. The other 2, they have the same father.
So 2 fathers. Okay. Have you ever been married?
No.
No. What's your zodiac sign?
I am a Scorpio.
All right, this is Ashley, Detroit, 36, owns her own moving company, 4 kids. She's a Scorpio. What kind of man you looking for, honey?
I am looking for a respectful man, an understandable man, a man that truly understands me, because you have to understand me. I am a hard bargain. So,
A hard what?
bargain.
Bargain. Oh, what makes you a hard bargain?
I just don't go for anything. And
What does that mean?
I think I question a lot and I think
Oh,
too much.
okay.
And
Translation: she does not trust men. What we have here is a prime example of being raised to be a soldier in the gender war. This also gets backed up by the fact that she's got 4 kids by 2 different fathers. And if you notice, what type of man are you looking for? Again, she's listing an attribute that should be there without a given: respect. So you've been dealing with guys that just disrespect you. That's what that says. How are you? Who's vetting the men for you? Nobody. Again, why? Because she doesn't trust men. But again, I said this in the last live stream. Okay, so if you don't trust the men in your family to help find potential husbands for you, how are you going to trust? How are you going to follow my leadership then? How's that supposed to work? You've known them your whole life. They've known you your whole life, but you still don't trust them, though. So how can you follow my leadership? We haven't known each other nearly as long. This was gonna be tough. She got a lot. I agree with her. She's a lot to take on. So I'll be interested to see how she's going to balance this equation.
that's another reason probably why I'm single.
Okay. What's some deal breakers for you?
Deal breakers are dirty men, dirty nails. Don't touch me.
Okay.
Um,
Hygiene makes sense.
a man that want to brag about himself, or if I meet a man, and they state like, "Oh, I'm nothing like these other guys." I totally don't like that. I don't.
Chris asks with the $7 super chat, thank you, sir. What days you usually go live, or is it random? Okay, so right now I do not have a live stream schedule because the way YouTube works is a lot of times you just have to feel out with what days you're gonna get the best, retain the biggest audience on. I have no clue. Right now, all my YouTube data tells me when the majority of people are online for my recorded content. It does not say anything for live streams yet. So at this point, we just gonna have to keep going. More than likely, it will be around the same time. Just what days, I can't say just yet. We have to keep going and see what days of the week we get the biggest response. If I have to start live streaming every day, might do that. I don't think that because I'm not sure how that's gonna work though. But yeah, all I can say is just keep notifications. Oh, one of the things I do have to figure out is what I may start doing is using the community tab to give you guys advance notice of when I will be live streaming, at least a couple hour notice. So just stay tuned, and trust me, I'm gonna get it worked out.
Like for a man to try to say, he's not like other guys, because you don't even know how other guys is. So
Right.
that's number one. No. And other than that, I don't really have too many deal breakers, because I won't know the deal breakers until I'm with that man and we communicating, and then I'll know.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
Well, he have to be good looking. I don't like no ugly man. I don't like no dark skinned, ruggish looking guy.
You like a dark
Okay.
skin?
I like a dark skinned man. I don't like him to look ruggish. I like dark skinned,
What is ruggish?
with a beard. Tall.
Okay. Tall. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. How much?
I want to say around 70, 80,000 a year.
Okay. Does he have to be in Detroit?
No, he don't.
Okay. Let's do the Kendrick Cam.
Again, I already told y'all, when women say, oh, no, he doesn't have to live here, she got 4 kids. As if she's just going to pick her kids up and just move out of state. Come on now. That's come on. And then you're expecting this man to make $70,000 a year. Right.
Okay, give me a second. I'm about to stand up. Let me see. Probably, yeah, you can see me. I made sure I said it.
Where's her furniture at? She want a man making $70,000 a year and she ain't got no furniture? What? Oh. No. No. You I ain't believing this, y'all. I ain't believing this. You got 4 kids, want a man who is in the top percentage of income earners. And yeah, Chris, I you know what? If it was just the 2 kids, the 2 older kids, I would be like, yeah, okay, that makes sense, because the kid's about to be grown anyway. But oh my God.
To where you can see me good.
Okay. All right, you look good. You look good. Okay. So, Ashley, when was your last relationship?
My last relationship was last year, December. I was in a relationship with a man, and he went to jail. But the reason why he went to jail is the reason why I'm leaving him alone while he's in jail, and just let him down and be in jail and do his time.
Do you want to tell us what he did?
Yeah, he was cheating Unfortunately, he got into a crash with a young lady.
They don't send you to jail for cheating. What is this, man? Come on. This can't be real.
In the car with him, and she died.
Oh wow.
So it
Oh,
me from both ends. So I just don't
Wait
want
a
to
minute.
deal with them.
Okay, but how, unless there was, yeah, she's in good shape for 4 kids because she does manual labor for a living. Makes sense though, right? But so, oh man, it's just, yeah. And see, I'm still trying to figure out, like, under normal circumstances, like getting in a car accident and somebody dying, like, why the chances of them charging you with vehicular homicide, like it's an accident, unless it was a DUI. But she didn't say that though, did she? So it's just like, okay. Yeah, I don't. If this woman wants marriage, she need to go back to one of her baby daddies. That's the only way I can see this working out. Because the expectations are, you want a man who is she wants a man who is making at least 70, which is well above at 2 times the average. Yeah, or speeding. Okay, but the point is I don't think this is I don't think she has realistic expectations with 4 kids, and there ain't no furniture in there. So, yeah.
is he one of your children's dad?
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Wow.
Wow, that's horrible. Oh my God, that was tragic. I can only
Yeah.
imagine. Okay, so Ashley, you don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
No right answer to this question.
A week ago.
Yep, there you go.
Who's
There
this guy?
you
Is
go.
he an option?
Probably not.
He is an option, but
Oh, okay.
we talks about being together.
He
But
not an
then he
option.
turn around and act like he's confused about being together. So it's like he an option, but
No, he's not.
yeah, he is an option. He's an
No,
option.
no, he's not.
He's
He's
an
just
option.
he's just with her for sex.
Okay, boo. Why do you think you're single? Well, we know
I
why you're single because the guy you was dating is in jail, right?
yeah,
Okay. So why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
because I am a good woman. I am an understandable woman. You can talk to me. You can tell me anything.
You gonna tell her anything, but at the very beginning, she said, "Well, I just need a guy who understands me." So clearly, what's going on here is that these guys can't talk to you because you've already. Wow. Yeah. This is too much. We got to be almost done with this.
And I'm a good mother. I take care of my daughters well. I take care of my son, but he's smelling himself, so he's
Who's she taking care of? Ain't no furniture in there. Like, I can't. It's just not making sense. Wait, you know what? Let me stop. Maybe this is just like one room in her house that doesn't have any furniture in it, and the kids are well taken care of in the other rooms. I hope. Oh God! Oh God! Oh man! Just press play. Okay, let's go.
dealing with his little problems with his 24-year-old girlfriend. So my daughters is my main goal.
Okay. All right.
So
All right, let's do it, boo. How can they? Oh, what's the age range you would date? You're 36.
the age range from like, sometime I do like young. Shoot, some young boys be having it going on. But I'm say
Your style's doing cartwheels in the background. Kendra athletic kids.
yeah, that's all she do all day. 30 till 55. I'll go to 55.
30 to 55. All right. This is Ashley in Detroit, 36. Owns her own moving business, 4 kids, Scorpio, 30, 56 she would date. And does he have to be in Detroit? I can't remember.
No, he doesn't.
How can the guy reach out to you?
Right there is my Facebook, Ashley White.
All right, let me see if I can find you.
Kendra, I actually got restricted because my silly self was so happy. You was at a concert one day, and I didn't share your live on my reel. They restricted me. My monetization is restricted.
What did I do? What did you share mine?
You didn't do anything, but by it not being my own content, and it was your live video, they didn't. You can't.
Yeah, she could get an old Detroit player. And it's funny you say that because I'm actually glad that she included the age group of 50 and up, because the majority of men who make that kind of money, that's the age range they're in. So, but then I don't, 4 kids. At least 2 of them about to be grown. So, or no, they're not, because they're 18. They're under 18. They're 18 and 17, so they're not about to be grown. But this is a lot. And because she owns her own business, it means that she's working 50 hours a week. So I think that a better match for her would be just an average man. Because, again, career woman means you're out in the world trying to make things happen. Who's taking care of home? Who's taking care of your 4 kids? Let me guess, the oldest is watching them, right? But when you have young kids who are raised by their older siblings, a lot of times they come in, their relationship skills are not being developed. So they end up being, yeah. Let's keep going.
And post that on Reels.
Oh,
So
on Reels. Oh.
Yeah, they're like, nope. I'm like,
I
oh
don't
my.
know anything about it. This is you right here?
Yes.
Okay. Ashley White. Wait, I wanted to get clear. It's like, there you go.
Yeah.
That's her.
In the back. Yeah.
Okay, that's you on Facebook. All right, boo. Well, I'm sorry. You got bans, girl.
It's okay. I was trying to contact you on first, but then I'm like, shit, it ain't nothing she can do.
Yeah, I barely do reels on Facebook. All right, boo, but keep me posted how it goes, honey.
All right, I will. Thank
Bye. Want to do another cartwheel? We saw you doing cartwheels in the back.
you.
Bye, baby.
Bye-bye.
What in the world? What is this? Oh, boy.
Woohoo! One and only. One and only. One and only.
Yeah, fell asleep.
Hey, girl. You live, girl. You live, girl. You're not dreaming. You on the show. I know it's late.
Oh, okay, they clicked her off clearly. That last lady that we were looking at, the Ashley or whatever, I just realized Kendra said it's late. It's late. What that little girl doing up? Oh, but so, yeah, Sleeping Beauty. Man, that last lady. I don't think she's actually looking for marriage. That's a lot to take on. You got 4 kids, and you gotta be making $70,000 a year. Yeah, most men who are making that, they want to start their own family, not take care of yours. Because I guarantee you, she's in her mid-30s. She's not looking to have any more kids. So I don't know who would be signing up for that. That's a lot. But if you are, I mean, well, no, because most men in that tax bracket, yeah, I agree. No way. Yeah. Sleeping Beauty was. I don't even have nothing to say about that. Yeah, I've said this before. You click the link, you need to be ready because you're coming on a show where thousands of people are going to be watching. You need to be presentable. That means being awake. Seems like a simple concept. I'm on a show that requires my interaction with the host. I might want to be awake for that, but no, apparently not. Right? They don't care. So, this is a good show. I mean, we found there were some marriageable women on here, and I think we're going to continue to see that. Like overall, I think that the majority of women are marriageable, but I think the trick is that you have to figure out what if we stick to the 6 qualities, right? Fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. As an average guy, you got to pick the 3 qualities that are going to complement your life or be an asset to you the most. And then you have to find a woman who is going to lead with those qualities. Ultimately, I think that is the issue that we're finding is that a lot of times we don't know specifically what we're looking for. But this also speaks to one of the pillars of relationships that is holding us back as a community. The vetting process is broken. We always talk about women vetting for men, right? But what we never talk about is men vetting for women. See, a lot of times we don't use the tools that we already have readily available. Like specifically, your mom is a great source for vetting women that you're not sure about. Why? Because your mom doesn't care how sexy she is, how fine she is. She doesn't care how good her sex game is. What your mom cares about is her relationship skills and how she treats you. Now, specifically, if your mom was married to your dad, yeah, that's going to be even better. If mom wasn't married to dad, then I would say look for the matriarch of your family, the oldest woman who is married, and you ask them for help. So cooperative, childless, and feminine for me. There you go. So and once you've picked what it is that you're looking for, it makes trying to find a woman so much easier, and it means you're not going to waste a lot of time because for Chris, if the woman is masculine, I mean, it might not necessarily be a deal breaker. It just depends on, is she going to be masculine around you? You know, is she willing to work in cooperation with you for the benefit of the family? You know, but ultimately, I think that what this whole narrative is that women don't want to be wives anymore. I think that's a percentage of women. I think there are a lot of women who want marriage and family. The problem is that a lot of times these women they don't speak up enough, and they attach themselves to anti-marriage arguments, or they get caught up in being soldiers in the gender war because that's what they were raised to do. So I think that going forward, number one, and I say this all the time, we got to do a better job of raising our kids so that they actually can, we need to raise them to work in cooperation with one another so that they don't turn into soldiers. Number two, we need to repair the vetting process, and that's not going to happen anytime soon, but the minimum is we need to start using the tools that we have available to us. Again, family members of the opposite gender who have exponentially more relationship experience than we do, right? The third thing is that, you know, we've got to do a better job of, the concept of marriage in our eyes, in a lot of us' eyes, is broken. And what I mean by that is a lot of us will only see 2, maybe 3 examples of marriage. And then outside of that, we're just saying, well, marriage doesn't work. And if it's not like these 1 or 2 or 3 different marriages, then this is not working. It's too hard. I don't want to do this anymore. And we give up too soon. The solution to that is we need more married people making content so we get more examples of different ways of making relationships work. See, Chris says, I went to a concert on Friday and most black women were with their girlfriends. I don't know if they want men. Well, no, the reason you see that is because a lot of times it's relating to fear. You know, one of the reasons why women travel in packs or why they hang out with their girlfriends is because they're scared to try and try and deal with men. Because again, you're raised to be a soldier. You're supposed to not like men. You're supposed to not trust men. This is the same thing when you get about when women start going on their rant about being strong and independent and not needing a man, when clearly we need each other. But a lot of times that's a defense mechanism because, again, look at the numbers. For women, only 26% of them are going to get married. So, I mean, and this is a deep conversation in itself because I've been trying to have this one or figure out a way to have this conversation that, because it's a scary thought because I have 2 daughters. But if you know that over 70% of women are not going to get married and the majority of women do not make enough money to make it to the end of life. Prime example is I live in the state of Georgia, where the average income for women in the state of Georgia is $26,000 a year. So what do I do about raising my daughters? I mean, they're not likely, the numbers say that they're not likely to get married, which means that they need to make a lot of money. Well, in order to have success, masculinity is, that's between masculine and feminine, it's masculinity that makes more money, that leads to success. So does that mean that I should be trying to raise my daughters to be masculine? Because again, the numbers say that they're probably not going to get married. You want to talk about a dilemma? Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow. I haven't swallowed it yet because I'm not sold on it yet. But there are a lot of men who have said that, don't trust men. You need to go to school. You need to focus on school all the way up through college. Make sure you get your degree. You need to be a nurse and do all these things. You need to go into STEM fields where, see, it's not just women are not 100% responsible for the levels of masculinity in them today. Men bear the burden as well because we've told our young daughters that they shouldn't trust men. And guys only want one thing, and it's just So, look, I'm still looking for the solution on that one. I don't know everything, and I don't pretend to, but we're winding this one down. Great conversation. Like I said, we did come across some marriageable women here, and we're going to continue this series. I may start doing right now. This is the only series that I set up to live stream for, but I may start doing something else. I'm seeing more women in law enforcement. That's not surprising. Chris, I think it was you that mentioned about me joining panels. Yeah, I've been on a few panels, but I have reservations about being on panels because I'm very particular about who I enter into conversations with, just because a lot of panels have weak moderators to where you get people, when you're on a panel and people are constantly over talking, that means the moderator's not doing their job. And I have very low tolerance for that. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I've been on a few panels there, but the other thing is scheduling. Like most panel shows take place in the evening time. I work nights. So one of the reasons why this live stream didn't come on until after 11 is because I was at work before I started this. So it is what it is. I mean, I'll try. If I'm jumping on the panel, I will definitely let you guys know through the community tab, so you'll get advance notice, and I ask y'all to tune in and all that good stuff. Or you start a panel on your own. You know what? Eventually, that is something that I'm actually looking into, but we're just not there yet. We get a bigger following, absolutely. But that's enough for me. I got to get ready for tomorrow, so I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.